Orale, you already know who it is. It's your boy Gordo tapping in from Phoenix, Arizona. And today, boy, do I got another banger for you guys. And we all know this clown's or he's always up in always causing some type of drama or taking shots at some other artists, other rappers. In fact, they had just dropped him in the little ghost or whatever they call him, ghost face, G face, allegedly from White Fence, documented snitch. They do have paperwork on him. He did just drop a video with them, but we're going to get into this, man. Swifty Blue. Yeah, that's right. Swifty Blue. They're talking about this LA gang life finally caught up to him and finds himself dodging real life violence, man. And first of all, I want to give respects to LA Times and Matthew or Messence. Sorry about the name. This is the writer who wrote this article. And it goes on to say about Swifty Blue, Paramount rapper was beaten and stabbed in the Los Angeles County Jail. Yeah, that's right. He was beaten and stabbed in the LA County Jail. And this was April 1st, 2024. Updated at 6:06 p.m. to be exact. So, let's get into this, okay? That's right. Everything about Nelson. Abrego calls out for attention. And see, when I never knew that was his real name, Nelson. I wonder what his mama was thinking when she named him Nelson. Anyways, the tattoos that cover his face, the grills clamped to his teeth, the videos that he posts on a constant basis calling out anyone whose name might draw more eyes to his career, as the gangster rapper called Swifty Blue. Man, this is going to be interesting, all right? And I want to let you guys know, they do mention a name in here that I'm not going to say, okay? For all of you guys who know, it's the big four, okay? One of the big four. And the ones who know, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, you don't need to know. The strategy, I guess, is paid off to some degree, bringing him millions of streams on Spotify, a collaboration with the rap star Kodak Black, and a following on social media. He does have a pretty big following on social media, but it's for all these dumb shit that he pulls all the time. Just like when he was on Top Notch Idiots, you know. But anyways, it has drawn the ire of, I'm going to use the word, the big dogs, okay? So when I say big dogs, you guys will know what I'm talking about. A member of the prison-based syndicate, which holds sway over Latino street gangs and in lockups across the state. Okay, allegedly, somebody was recorded discussing an extort attempt targeting Abrego. So allegedly, I guess they got some phone taps or whatever of somebody speaking on extorting Swifty Blue. And so they were discussing this extortion attempt targeting Abrego, according to a tape review by the Times. And in November, according to law enforcement sources who wasn't authorized to speak publicly, Abrego was beaten and stabbed in the Los Angeles County Jail by inmates suspected of acting on orders from the big dogs. It sounds like it caught up to him, and you know, it's all about that paper. Abrego's collision with the big dogs underscores the uncomfortable and often unspoken relationship between Latino artists who rap about criminal activities and men who actually direct them. The big dogs, 140 or so members allegedly, got to be careful on what I say here, control the landscape that serves as both an incubator for the new rappers and inspiration for their music. So, it makes sense, man. They want to rap about street life. They want to talk about the street life. They're claiming that they're in the street life. Well, then you got to pay your dues, right? Everybody knows what you sign up for, believe me. How can you not? If you really grow up in a hood and you really are about that life, you know what you signed up for. The big dogs, a member wouldn't hesitate to tax a rapper more than he would a drug dealer operating with his territory, said Leo Duarte, a retired state prison official who investigated the prison gang for decades. And most Latino rappers, Duarte added, are products of a gang subculture that teaches them to respect and fear the big dogs, as the organization is known. The assault on Abrego was not without precedent. Money Sign Suede, a young rapper from Huntington Park, was stabbed to death in California prison last summer. We all remember that. So another one who allegedly didn't pay or something. I don't know. I ain't going to speak on it. And Blackie Fontana, rest in peace to Blackie, a real one, who had family ties to the big dogs, member who was gunned down in a still unsolved double homicide in 2017. And if you haven't seen the video that I had made on Blackie, go check it out, man. I want to say rest in peace to Blackie. I remember when he was out here in Guadalupe, AZ, showed mad love. Buena gente. That vato, he was bien firme, man. Real good people. And in an interview with the Times, Abrego refused to discuss the big dogs or any injuries suffered behind bars. Okay. He goes on to say, I really can't speak on it, he said, because it's like jailhouse politics. Wearing a black and gold Versace sunglasses and a GPS ankle monitor above his black and yellow Jordans. Abrego spoke between sips from a smoothie and hits of a cannabis wax and from a glass pipe. Fucking Swifty, man, this dude. He paused during an interview outside a Starbucks to take photographs with fans, telling one that the Times reporter was his probation officer. So this dude basically, he had people, fans, I guess, whatever, going up to him, asking him to take pictures. And while LA Times was interviewing him, he was telling people that those were his probation officers. Oh, man. Swifty 28 is proud to have grown up in Paramount, a city in the southeast Los Angeles where 80% of its residents, of its 53,000 residents, are Latino. The child of a Salvadorian immigrants, Abrego said his father worked as a carpenter and his mother as a housekeeper. At the age of 15, Swifty followed an older brother into Eastside Paramount gang. Among his many tattoos is an East Side next his right eye and a P by his left. Man, this shit's crazy. In the 10th grade, Swifty was kicked out of Paramount High School for smoking marijuana and what he generally described as gangbanging. Wow. So he got kicked out of school, but I guess he was describing it as gangbanging. He knew by then he wanted to be a rapper, he said, having grown up admiring independent Los Angeles artists including Nipsey Hussle and Mosey. Swifty released his first album, Grimy Gang, in 2019. His music, he said, reflects what it's like to be a real-life gangster. Well, he really knows what it's like to be a real-life gangster now, huh? He got some of that hard candy. The lyrics are standard fare. His cars are fast. His drugs are plentiful. His watches expensive, and his women too. And his women. Too many to count. Here are some gangster tales and some stories, some real life situations, some real life street stuff. Not no Hollywood, as he puts it. Huh. Okay. So it's a Swifty story, so we're going to let him tell it, right? What won Swifty a following were videos in which he held himself out as an ambassador of the Southern California underworld evoked in his music. In one video, he told outsiders they need to check in before operating on his turf. And you guys all remember when he came on there with the, again, that one snitch, I guess his name's Siri, G-Face. Yeah, and they were both on there dry snitching, showing burners and shit, talking about check in and shit. Man. If you are out here in LA and you handling business, make sure you tap in with some solid homies for your own security, he goes on to say. Oh, man, flashing a gun. Streets is dangerous. If you are not tapped in, you will get stepped on. That's what old Swifty goes on to say. Authorities have used some rappers' own words to charge them with crimes, including the Atlanta-based superstar Young Thug. I did a video on him. Man. And he's holding solid. Young Thug's holding solid. And I think there's 6 other dudes in his case too, who is now standing trial on a racketeering charges based in part on accounts of violence and drug dealing in his own songs. Young Thug and others have maintained their music is protected by freedom of expression and an art form, not a self-indictment. Man, but don't they get it though? It's basically, dry snitching. You would think that, they'd be smarter than that, man. I don't know. Swifty told the Times he is a showman performing for an audience that wants more than just music. Yeah, I guess in a sense he's right there, because they want to see him crash out, and boy, does he crash out all the time. What I'm selling people is the image, he said. He said it himself. He's just selling the image. He really ain't about that. Everybody wants to be a gangster. Whether you're a lawyer, a police, or a kid going to school. Everybody wants to be big, bad, and tough. Fucking Swifty, huh? He acknowledges many of his disputes with other rappers are staged. Social media is my theater, he said. It's a Shakespeare and acts, it skits people and are entertained by it. Man, I don't know, man. If you guys, I don't know if you guys seen that video he just dropped too, where he was taking shots at Mr. Criminal, Bozo, who else was it? King Little G. There's a few other rappers. And again, he drops it with a documented rata. G-Face. Come on, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, and no wonder why he's getting, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, man. And like I said, you know, let's hope that we don't find another artist in this same situation who kind of acts similar to him, but moves a little different, I should say. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. But I thought I wanted to bring you guys this story and let you guys know what's going on with old Swifty Blue. And I guess you really got to find out what it's really like. Always talking about running them county jail fades and this and that. And, you know, hey, didn't sound like no fade happened for him. Sound like, man. But hey, this is your boy Gordo. Nothing but love and respect, homies. You guys have a good one. Stay up and stay safe. I'm out.